Hey gang, welcome back to my channel. So in this very anticipated review, I am really excited to do another unboxing, a live unboxing and first impressions of Roja's newest release, which is 1819 Burlington. So if you're curious to know more about that, don't go away. Alright guys, so welcome back. As I mentioned, this will be a first impressions and a live unboxing of Roja Dove's brand new release, 1819. So before we do that, before we do the unboxing and the first impressions, as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button down below and the notification bell to be notified of any future videos, content, and giveaways. So this is a very anticipated and hyped fragrance from Roja Parfums. I've seen a lot of back and forth and some people who love it, some who don't. So there's a lot of that kind of controversy going around as to if it's a great fragrance, if it's just kind of an overhyped fragrance, etc. So let me get my nose on this one and see what's going on. But first, let's do a live unboxing. So while I do this, guys, and I don't know about you, but I always have difficulty opening up Roja's fragrances. Like the box itself is like getting into Fort Knox. So Burlington is celebrating the 5 years, or 1819 Burlington actually, oops, I just moved the camera, sorry folks, is celebrating 5 years of Roja's flagship boutique being home to the Burlington Arcade. And the Burlington Arcade is actually an institution in London. It's been there for over 200 years. It's a very old institution. I'm sorry, I'm shaking the camera here, guys. And it's something that if you guys haven't gone to, I hear it's pretty extraordinary. So there's a lot of that hype going around whether Roja's 1819 is a really beautiful fragrance, if it's kind of overhyped, if it's been done already, if it's something unique, if it's nothing special, or if it truly is unique. So we have told you, this box, by the way, there's this box and there's a lot of packaging inside, and then there's another box which I have to open up. So bear with me, guys. And I've seen this compared to other fragrances, to Elysium, to Oceania. So I'm not really sure. I don't honestly pay attention to that kind of controversy. I want to just get my nose in it and see what's going on. All right, unboxing completed. So here we have the beautiful 1819 packaging. So what it's basically meant to do is kind of represent the outer packaging is meant to kind of represent the Burlington Arcade. And I love this packaging. I really love this typical Roja overall box design, but it's got this very unique 1819 packaging that's specific to the actual fragrance. So let's just start unpacking it. So here we go. So as I mentioned in my review yesterday of Whittian's 71 Intense, this is a kind of a feeling that I get when I do a live unboxing that is, or even just unboxing by myself, I get this kind of giddy feeling. I get very excited. So here is the packaging. Here's the box. All right, it comes undone like so. Ta-da! So this really nice gold and black inlay here that's surrounding the packaging. And in the box here, it sits in this really nice velvet, silky inlay. That's where the actual bottle sits. So you have your typical Roja box for the most part, but the packaging is unique to 1819. So here's the bottle, a really beautiful bottle. It's got the crystal caps that you've seen in some of the other Roja fragrances, like in his in Qatar, Kuwait, and some of the other Middle Eastern collections here. It's really beautiful. And also you've seen this in, I think, the some of the ouds in the Crystal Parfum collection. So here you have the back of the bottle. You have the 1819 here. That's showing the back when you actually flip it over. And then you have the batch code down here. So let's smell this. I'm very excited to smell this one. So, get first impressions. Oh wow, that's really effervescent. Oh, that's really bright. That's really refreshing. Big grapefruit, big citrus opening. I mean, Roja has a typical very lively citrus bouquet opening. I always use that terminology when I'm describing Roja's openings because it's true. It's a very lively, always a very refreshing citrus opening. But in this one, oh wow, grapefruit is big here, lime, mandarin orange. You definitely get some bitter orange there. And definitely mint. If you guys ever smelled fresh mint, like when you're going to the market and you're picking up a bushel of fresh mint, or if you've grown fresh mint in your garden, you know what I'm talking about. It's a very refreshing opening. Big, oh yeah, beautiful opening. Now I get some similarities. I can see what people are talking about. Some similarities to Elysium or to Oceania. Maybe to Harrods Parfum Pour Homme. I've seen that comparison as well. But not really. I mean, it's definitely its own thing. I don't agree with the people who say this is just like Elysium or just like Oceania. I don't think so. Just because you have a typical bright citrus, lively opening doesn't mean you're gonna have a very similar scent profile. Oh, it's really nice. I like this one a lot. This is definitely summer and spring appropriate. So as it's drying down already, I'm getting some ginger, some spiciness from that ginger, some of that kind of that astringency from the ginger. And saffron. If you guys ever smelled fresh saffron, like you're taking your nose to a bowl of fresh saffron, you know what I'm talking about. It has a very specific smell. So definitely that ginger, that grapefruit, that lime, that mandarin orange is all playing very nicely together. It's all melding well together. Getting a touch of a touch of cinnamon, just a warmness to the overall scent profile as it's drying down. That's kind of playing and melding very nicely with that saffron and those other citruses. But I'm also getting this very nice, sweet and somewhat dark patchouli. Really like this one a lot. Oh, I'm gonna spray it again. I want to get that citrus opening again. That one is it's like addicting. It's really nice. Oh, it's really freaking good. It's really, really good. I mean, this cannot offend anyone. This is a mass appealing fragrance, but it's also very lively and happy, and it's dancing with those other warmer notes with the saffron and the ginger and that cinnamon. I'm starting to get a touch of some booziness here, a slight booziness. Not very boozy, not like a Nasamato Baranda or something like that, but just a slight booziness, and that's probably coming from the tobacco and the rum. But it's not very prominent. I'm starting to pick it up a slight tad bit. Oh, it's really nice, guys. This one for me is a winner so far in my book. I'm gonna do a second impressions, just like I did yesterday in my Witty and 71 Intense review. I'm gonna come back to this later on today and let you know as it's drying down, how the performance is, how its sillage and longevity is, how long it lasts on my skin, and also how it actually dries into the base. But so far, guys, this is a winner in my book for sure. Roja Dove, you did a fantastic job in this one. So far, it's, oh man, this one I can see wearing a lot in the summertime, a lot in the spring and summer. So that's it for this one, guys, so far. Don't go away for another second impressions soon enough. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Hey, gang, so welcome back. So I'm back to do a interpretation of the dry down from heart to base, but before we do, let's just recap of what we smell from the top to the heart. So on the top, you get this very bombastic burst of citruses, these wonderful citrus notes of grapefruit, of lime, of orange, of bitter orange, which gives off kind of a bitter citrusy feel, and mint, which gives a very nice, refreshing, clean green accord that's all tied together with this really lovely dry down, which is met with this warm, sweet cinnamon. You also get this very kind of spicy, fizzy, somewhat piney ginger, which I love a lot. Oh, it's nice, I can still get it. And then you get this cumin, which is this sort of pungent, bittersweet accord. It's not a very, it's not a BO kind of a cumin at all. It's much more of just a kind of a pungent, bitter cumin. And then it's all dried down into this, and you get that dry down you start getting that dry down pretty quickly. I get it on my skin, at least I get it after about 5 minutes. And then you start getting this wonderful dry down of these boozy accords of this rum and tobacco. Now the tobacco is more of a sweet tobacco, not a dry tobacco, so it's more of a kind of a caramel, whiskey, sweet accord that's met with this very like succulent rum. And the rum here, yeah, the rum is really nice. I still get that rum a little bit. The rum is complex, it's rich, it's dark, it's boozy, it's really, really nice. And that's all met with this patchouli, which is kind of sweet and dark and earthy. I pick up a little bit of the patchouli and a touch of the oak moss, which like it's kind of an inky oak moss. And then you get this benzoin, this balsamic resin that's kind of reminiscent of vanilla, that's paired with this also a vanilla accord, which is quite appropriate. So the vanilla accord and the benzoin play very nicely together. And then you get this sort of a salty, sweet, airy ambergris, which I get a little bit of the ambergris, but not much. It's still there. And then you get this cashmere and cashmere wood, which is kind of musky, ambery, woodsy accord. So you get this musky, woodsy, sweet, caramelly, dark, kind of oriental feel in the base that's boozy, but it's all paired with this very nice, lovely citrus. And the citrus opening for me is one of my favorite citrus openings from Roja, and he does citrus so freaking well as benzoin, and his blending and his fragrances are just incredible. They're beyond anything that I've smelled before. The question that everyone wants to know is, how is the performance? Performance on me is not good at all. It is quite lackluster. I get about 3 hours on my skin so far. I've been wearing this for about the last 6 to 7 hours, and so far it is not a good performer. But if you love fragrances like Elysium or Oceania or Harrods Parfums Rome, this will be right up your alley, because this is going to be a great summer staple. I'll be reaching for this one a lot. It's really lovely. It's really nice. So the question is this a fragrance that is worth it for you? Well, that's a question you have to answer yourself. But for me, I would say it definitely is. It is, in my opinion, worth it. I love Roja Dove. I love his fragrances. His house is my favorite house. I gravitate towards fragrances more than any other house. I think this is an outstanding summer staple. It's definitely going to be a versatile fragrance. You can wear this in an upscale setting, dressed up or dressed down, to work, on a date night. You can wear this with your friends going out. You can wear this to a sophisticated occasion. The one thing I can say though, this will not be good to be worn in the wintertime or the cold weather, because of its kind of lackluster performance and the fact that the cold weather will just eat it right up. But if longevity is something that you really look for and it's a must-have when you're purchasing a fragrance, I would say this fragrance isn't for you. If this is something, if you reach for Elysium or Harrods Parfums Rome or Oceania more than, and those summertime fragrances more than others, this fragrance definitely will be for you. So that kind of helps you kind of gauge whether or not you should buy this fragrance or not. This does retail for £295, so in terms of 100 ml Roja Dove fragrance, it's actually pretty well priced in comparison to other 100 mLs from Roja. So that's my review from top to dry down. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch and listen to both interpretations. I really thank you guys for staying tuned to my channel. So let me know down below in the comments, guys, if you try this one and what your thoughts are. Do you get good performance? Do you get bad performance? Do you love this one? Do you think it's an okay fragrance, or do you find yourself reaching for this one, or will be reaching for it a lot in the summertime? So that's it, guys. Thanks again for staying tuned. As always, take care of each other. Bye, guys.